The Rebirth continues this week. DC Comics is rolling out a whole batch of no number ones and kind of not so much rebooting, but rebirthing the DC universe. And here at Zanadu, we know that it can be very easy to get overwhelmed, so we're trying to break it down for you a little bit and tell you what's coming out this week. We're going to start off with Aquaman, number 3, Dan Abnett, Phil Briones. Very nice cover here. I'm digging the Black Manta action. I always thought Black Manta was really cool. But yeah, this is seeing some serious action going down on this one. Lots of underwater bad guys, and again, all sorts of Black Manta. Very great villain. Green Lanterns, number 3 this week, by a whole host of people. Sam Humphries and Tom Derenick taking kind of most of this here, but this sees the 2 Green Lanterns from Justice League in their own comic, dealing with, of course, giant cosmic problems and stuff. This has got some Red Lanterns in it from last issue, but yeah, if you want some Green Lantern action, there you go. Ollie Queen continues to fight crime here in the Emerald City. And hey, look, actually doing a pretty good job of making it look like Seattle. You got Juan Ferreira, who does the art for Colder, which is a really great horror comic from DC or from Dark Horse, and he's also been doing the Suicide Squad over at DC as well. Written by I think it's Ben Percy. This one has been really fun, especially if you live here. It's kind of cool to see Ollie back to his roots of being, you know, a social justice crime fighter. Batman, number 3, Tom King and David Finch with Danny Meeke and Jordi Belair bring you the continuing adventures of Batman and his, team now, basically. In addition to Robin, Batman has expanded his reach because he knows that, he cannot do the job alone. And Superman, number 3 this week, Pat Gleason, Pete Tomasi, and Jorge Jimenez stepping in on art duties on this one. Holy crap, this guy is awesome. He's been doing Earth 2 Society since it came out. Hasn't done the last couple of issues because he was working on this. He's also doing the very anticipated Super Sons comic, which will be coming out pretty soon, featuring Jonathan and Damian. And this issue is really quite badass. It's got the Eradicator, who's awesome. I always love the Eradicator because he has the giant visor glasses thing, super 90s. But yeah, this one very, very cool. Some bunch of Jonathan Kent action and some crypto action going on as well. And then for new ones this week, we see the return of Batgirl and the Birds of Prey. Not quite the same way as it used to be. Barbara Gordon is pulling off of the recent Batgirl run. We've got Julia Benson and Shauna Benson writing with Claire Rowe as the artist. And this has got Black Canary, Huntress, and actually some back past on Batgirl, because you always have to kind of bring up how either she was shot or not shot and how she's walking these days. But yes, and Black Canary, as usual, surly, and Huntress is very torn. But, usually she fights for justice at the end of the day. And the number 1 issue of Justice League, written by Brian Hitch with art duties by Tony Daniel. And this sees the Big 7 here basically doing what the Big 7 do, which is stop giant world-shattering catastrophes that nobody else can do. So yeah, this one has been fun. The Rebirth issue came out a couple of weeks ago with some Brian Hitch art, and he's also actually going to be finishing Justice League of America, the previous series, coming out in the next couple of weeks. We did orders for it. Don't give me that look. And the last one today, Hellblazer is back as Hellblazer. Simon Oliver and local artist Moritat bring you the finally London adventures. Yes, he is back in London. They're taking him out of America. This is the world's greatest street mage and probably the world's crappiest person. John Constantine means well, usually, but then he's like, okay, it's either you or me, and you know what, you're gonna die. Being friends with John Constantine usually means that you are gonna die horribly at some point, but this has got great art by Moritat, really, really cool colors, and Simon Oliver pulling in a good story here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to more adventures for Hellblazer that's going to be a little less, super heroic. And that's about it for this week with the DC Rebirth. Of course, make sure to check out the regular Comic Should Smell Good video, and we'll be back at you next week, hopefully with the return of Professor Will. So we'll see if his cybernetic leg is working next week. But yeah, we'll see you all then.